And hello, and welcome back to our E3 2012 coverage from YourGameSource.com. We're going to go ahead, and we're just waiting now for the opening of E3. We just finished the Nintendo press conference. I have to say I was a little bit disappointed on the epic fail that was the Nintendo press conference. Had a lot of issues and concerns still to this day regarding the online lack of capability. But I don't want to go off on an Angry Nick tirade. I'm going to turn it over to you, Chris. What were your thoughts on the Nintendo press conference?
It wasn't that bad, honestly. I mean, there wasn't anything new or surprising, to say the least, but there were some new things that I think that Nintendo had announced for the Wii U that is beneficial for us and consumers. Now that they did officially announce you can put 2 controllers or 2 tablets per console. That is very nice, considering it would really just suck to have one tablet and then everyone else has to use a regular controller. Wii controller, yes. A Wiimote, as it was called 6 years ago. And a couple of the new games that have come out, or that they're announcing for it, surprising ones like Batman Arkham City.
The Armored Edition.
The Armored Edition, yeah. So
basically a Game of the Year edition is being transported over.
Exactly. And then the other things, Mass Effect 3 was one of them.
That was a nice surprise.
That was, and it did raise some eyebrows there at the convention. Yes, Tekken Tag Tournament with Mario. With Mario effects. You saw that where he picks up the mushroom and grew. Yeah, when Haiichi grows that big, it's kind of funny to watch. And then you hear boop, boop, boop.
Well, they're all doing their nods to Nintendo. I thought there was one other instance where a third party did that as well.
The Lego game, yeah. Which Lego games are getting more and more popular every year. I mean, they have a couple new ones that are coming out for Batman and for the Lego City.
But I know Corey had some issues when it came to Nintendo 3DS. Now, as I know we did some video on it earlier, but Corey, can you elaborate again your disappointment with some of the 3DS issues as far as the conference is concerned?
Of course, Gerald. I personally think that you should have done, or Nintendo, you should have showed more stuff for the 3DS. It was only a few minutes long, which was quite ridiculous, so that was wrong.
Well, he did announce right in the beginning that he's going to have a full show of it tomorrow.
But that's
like an hour showing of all
that's,
the 3DS games.
Isn't it tonight? Tonight at 6?
Wednesday at 6.
Wednesday
yes,
at 6.
Tomorrow at 6.
But still, I have to come to another conference.
No, it's online. There's not. I don't think he's.
No. It's going to be in the thing. We asked the people, and the people were like, "Hey, yeah, come back over here. We'll be doing it at 6."
Or it's going to be online. One or the other.
All of them are online.
Yeah.
We are actually here with Neil and Mel from Zen Studios. And as we have Corey playing in the back. I'll introduce Gerald first, as he's here as well.
Corey's busy right now. And the reason why he's busy is he's playing the new game from Zen Studios, Kickbeat. And, well, what I wanted to ask you, Neil, is, as creative designer, what is, it's coming out on the Vita. You said maybe 3-6 months timeline, is that correct?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. It's a great looking downloadable title. In fact, like I said, Corey can't keep his eyes off it. It's going for that perfect score as we speak.
Here we are, guys, with our continued coverage from E3 2012. I have a gentleman here from Indie Games.
Hey, my name is Joe Sclover.
And we're just going to go over a little bit of some of this cool product line that hopefully we have coming out soon.
Sure. Well, this is Johann Sebastian Joust by Doug Wilson. He's out in Copenhagen.
So, what's the general? How do you go about playing this exactly?
Sure. Well, it's a bunch of PlayStation Move controllers that are paired with a laptop over there, and that's kind of how it's set up. When the rules of the game are as follows: you need to protect your controller from being vibrated or jostled while trying to jostle or vibrate your opponent's controllers.
All right, guys, we are still over here at Indie Games. We have Samantha here, representative for Indie Games for Songlines. Why don't you welcome, by the way. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this game?
Great. So my name's Samantha, and Songlines is a playable creation myth using the Kinect. So basically, you play this creator spirit, and you fly around and create a world through gesture.
And as Gerald's over here to my right here, this game looks very, very impressive. Oh, thanks. Do you have an anticipated release date?
Gosh, well, that's actually my graduate thesis. So it was a student prototype. So depending on whether or not I can get a publisher interested, then it might be as soon as next year.
Even more impressive. I don't know, but as cool as it looks, I think you have a lot of high hopes for this. So.
I'm working pretty hard on it.
With different song types, as far as is concerned, different musical songs depending on the terrain that you're actually flying over?
Absolutely, yeah. Let me tell you about the music system. So it's a recombinant music system that has, it's basically 400 4-second loops that are separated into suites that are associated with different terrain types. So you have the drum suite, which happens when you create mountains. You have the woodwind suite that happens when you create rivers. And so depending on the instrument, the terrain you choose, and the distance of your hands from your body, and the Y height of your hands, the music gets more or less complex. So at any time you hear like 25 loops going at once. So the whole soundtrack is completely tailored to your experience.
Anyway, so I'm Ramiro Corbetta. I made this game called Hokra. I made everything but the audio. The audio is by Nathan Tompkins, who's standing over there. He did all the sounds and audio design and all that. I originally made this for the NYU Game Center in New York. They have a yearly exhibition called No Quarter, and they commission a few game developers. They basically give us some money and say make whatever you want, which is great. And so I made this game. It's a minimalist sports game. I definitely made it with the public space in mind, because basically at No Quarter they have No Quarter has an opening party, and I knew that the first time it was going to be played by a bunch of people in a public space, and there'd be 4 people playing and probably like 10 or 15 people watching. So I was trying to make something that's both like pick up and play and very watchable, but at the same time something that has enough depth that, at least to me, I mean, I still play it with my friends and people who've played it a bunch, and we still find new tactics, and we're still actually, if it still feels competitive.
We are with Eric here over at Indie Games. Eric?
Hi, how's it going, guys? It's called Evaluate That Win. Our developer name is called Arkin Games, but most people call us Arson. It looks like that, so no big deal. But yeah, Arkin Games. We're a team of 5, 3 of us in North Carolina, 1 of us in Georgia, and myself in Los Angeles.
See, we're lucky enough to talk to 1 of the 5.
That's true. So tell us a little bit more. Why is A Valley Without Winds something that people should definitely look forward to on the indie scene?
It's a unique title. It's a procedurally generated 2D side-scroller. Our elevator pitch for it is that it's kind of a Super Nintendo game on steroids. We're trying to... We liked old games like Metroid, we liked old games like Zelda, but they were we didn't like the fact that they only had certain solutions to them, and that's once they figured out, they were already... That's it. And also we hated that the games ended. So we wanted to create something that was procedurally generated, that had a lot of choice to it. And we want something that you could play forever and ever, ever if you really liked it. It is infinite. There is a metagame in-game to it. But once you complete that, you move on to the next continent, essentially, and take that on. And there's new things there. It's like a new game plus, new monsters, new terrain, new characters, all that.
Okay, welcome to Game Source. I don't know, what episode are we down to now?
Oh, yeah.
This is all right. This is the E3 special continuation of our previous podcast. Tonight we have Chris.
What's up, world?
Corey.
Guten Tag. This is
Josh. Jamie.
Oh, well,
I think it's also very, very important that we should also say that we are all in one room. Finally, for the first time that I've been on the podcast.
Yeah. And Gerald.
Oh, wait, we did forget Gerald and Gerald.
It's not the first time today.
It's still a beautiful day in paradise.
Yes, it is. In this city of Los Angeles, California, being held of E3 2012.
E3. So, I guess tonight we're just going to briefly cover.
What we've seen.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Distracted by Family Guy. Yeah.
That was the best part.
I know.
Failure.
This podcast is already starting out well.
I'm a killer of fun stuff. I'm sorry.
You hold them back.
So we're gonna have an actual reenactment from Jamie now.
So I guess we kind of actually split up today. Me and Corey were together most of the day, and then Jamie, I think you were with Gerald, right?
That is correct.
I traveled with Alicia, who's also here but not here.
She's taking
and
a
then and then Josh kind of went off as a rogue soldier. he went everywhere and did everything by himself. And
Josh was on a mission.
Well,
He
before
was.
before we go over Corey and I's rather interesting day today, Chris, what happened in your journeys today?
Well, we started off in the Gears of War booth or Gears of War area, and
The line of hell.
yeah, that basically exactly what it was. It was a line to hell because we took forever to get in. It wasn't our fault. It's those dumb VIP people that get to cut ahead and say, "Hey, we got 15 here. Okay, let's all go in at once." And there's only 10 people allowed in. So
45?
yeah, it was exactly like that. And after that, where did we go?
Alcohol's already taken it.
Yeah, I know. No, there's just so much. 3 sips, thank you very much.
My bad.
Yeah. Went around to a couple different places. We went to enter some contests. We went to go for some raffles. Got some neat stuff, some swag. And I believe one of the best parts that we actually went to go see involved some of the booth babes, if that's not even a surprise.
Oh.
So,
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that's expected to happen.
yeah.
That's like part of the experience that is E3.
E3.
Especially when you go looking for it.
Yeah, exactly. But, yeah, we had a lot of fun searching around for stuff, seeing all the new games and new technology that's hitting out on the video game marketplace.
Now, did you see anything that surprised you?
Today?
Yeah. And by the way, I didn't mention this beforehand, but this is the end of day 2, everyone.
Yeah,
so.
we're at the second day right now, so you're going to be hearing just stuff that we've slightly visited, and I'd say maybe 2/3 of what we've actually seen.
Yeah, I'd say that's
But
a safe bet.
I'm trying to think right now. Really, there hasn't been much of new stuff. I know that actually one thing that did surprise me is there's a lot of companies out there that are doing application games, like for mobile devices, phones and iPads and stuff. Almost 4 or 5 of the places that I went to were all dedicated to online mobile gaming apps.
Yeah, I know. Actually, quite a few of our interviews with Indy, which we'll get to that in a couple of minutes, actually revolved around the mobile gaming market. So yeah. I think that's definitely I think that's definitely an area that people are starting to explore a lot more. But I guess Corey and our journey today, I have to agree with Chris. I don't really think that we saw much new stuff necessarily, as it was stuff that we kind of already knew was going to be coming out. I mean, you kind of anticipate there was going to be another Gears. So, I mean, I don't know if that was really much of a
I didn't think it was
surprise.
going to be Gears Judgment. I figured maybe Gears 4. And I figured something of a prequel, but we don't exactly know. So,
Jamie, Josh. Gerald, what'd you guys...
We let's see, where did we start?
We started with the indie because we were with you guys at that time.
Right, we
Oh,
started
yeah.
Indy, and then when we left from there, we actually
wait, what's Indie?
All the indie games that we did.
Oh,
the
okay, just making
interviews
sure.
for.
I didn't know if this was a company that you guys
That's not.
secretly...
Were those any
Right.
good? Oh, we'll get to
Indie
that.
games?
We'll get to that.
right.
Because we actually got quite a few interviews, which will be a part of this podcast and accompanying it.
I got an interview with some New Zealand TV company guy. I don't know.
Did you?
Yeah, his name tag was flipped upside down, so I couldn't see it.
Oh,
But
that's
I-
probably intentional.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
way you read his name was probably right, though.
Yeah, it was something from New Zealand. I mean, he had a thick Australian accent and everything, so he was not.
Crikeys, mate!
Yeah.
It was actually yesterday. It was while we were in the Halo line. But I don't know what exactly it's going to be on. You can probably type it in on YouTube, New Zealand E3 2012, and you'll probably find something on it. So you might even see me there.
All right, everybody. That is the conclusion of day 3. You can actually pronounce that better than I can, Josh. Day 3. Let's just do that to be on the safe side, right?
That was like a Hispanic English.
Spanglish. Espen, whatever.
Mamma mia.
Let's go. Well, guys, this is Game Source, of course, because it wouldn't be anybody else. We are heading back to Las Vegas, and I think day 3 summed up to be pretty good. We got to see, I think, probably more of the individualized developer conferences than we have the last 2 days. Thankfully, the lines died down a little bit. Not real significantly, but we got Gerald.
Yeah, another beautiful day in paradise.
And Corey.
Oh, guten Tag.
And Jamie. Let's go. Josh. Chris.
What's up, world?
This is the only normal sounding one out of the entire group. So, what was your guys' thoughts overall? I guess first, what were your thoughts on the conclusion of day 3, and then we'll.
It's hot in here.
It is very hot here. Corey, what were your lasting impressions for today?
I really enjoyed today. Today was very fun. I didn't have to wait in any lines, which was pretty cool. Stop talking about me, Chris. God. But no, today was really fun. I got to finally see the Assassin's Creed booth that they had, which was extremely well done. They showed us a little bit more than what they showed in the actual conference for Ubisoft, as well as for who was it that did it? Microsoft or Sony? Because I know one of them did a playthrough of Assassin's Creed.
Oh, Sony. Sony did the one with the battling of the ships, the ship battle.
That's right. Well, I think both of them did.
We saw a little bit. We saw a little bit of that in the. We didn't see the actual playthrough. We just saw the trailer of the ship fight.
Well, yes, but in Sony we saw the ship battle, the actual full ship battle, and I believe it was in Microsoft we actually saw the beginning part of the demo that we saw in
But Ubisoft had, of course, their own demo of it as well.
Right.
Yes.
But anyways, I digress. Personally, that was a really fun thing that they showed us. It was very interesting to see a lot of the kill animations that they have for the game, and the way that he flows through the trees is just amazing.
Yeah, I have to agree. The climbing mechanics, the mobility, all the things that you're able to really do. It's just there's a lot more natural movement. There's a lot more natural flow to the game.
Yes, especially in comparison to the older Assassin's Creed, where everything is man-made. In this one, Connor's running through organic stuff like trees, and he's just doing it the flow of it's flawless. It's great. I loved it.
Plus, he has a whole new arsenal: the tomahawk, the blow darts,
the Chinese darts, or the Chinese rope darts.
Yeah, the rope darts. I thought he had another set of darts. Was it just the rope dart?
It was just the rope dart.
Oh.
Yeah.
And a musket.
And the musket. It's basically all the Civil War stuff that or not Civil War.
Revolutionary.
Revolutionary War.
You were just depicting the next series.
Yes, that's
in the game.
That's Assassin's Creed 4.
Yeah, that's the next installment.
Oh, wait, did I say Revolution? Civil War. I'm getting my games mixed up. I'm sorry, guys.
And I know that we all, Josh also saw it too. When he impaled that guy, when he impaled that guy with the musket, and then shot through him.
By far the best game at the convention.
But yeah, like I said, as far as like all the stuff that I played, like going across all 3 days, like I had a very fun time. I played a lot of really good games, really interesting looking games, and I cannot wait till these games start coming out so I can get my dirty little hands on them. Or my clean hands. Depends if I wash my hands beforehand. Yeah.
Then you'll just get them dirty.
With the game again, that's fine. Yeah, that's cool. It doesn't matter. It just depends on the status of them when I grab the game.
You also liked Hitman as well.
I loved Hitman. Hitman looked very, very good. I've always been a fan of the Hitman series because I like choices. I love customization stuff. I love being able to choose how I'm going to do stuff.
And killing people, of course.
And yeah, exactly. And deciding on how I'm going to kill people. Because that's what I do on the daily.
Puts on his chef.
I see that guy over there. How am I going to kill him?
Well, should I use my pencil this time? Should I use my phone charger? No. Thank you, sir, for ruining.
Yeah, this was something special we were talking about here.
Yes. Yes, Hitman looks really, really good. I'm very, very happy to see where it's at. It looked like they still need to tweak a few stuff, kind of polish it out a little bit more.
I saw some collision detection issues that I had a problem with. But otherwise, I think the game was like a lot of fun.
Oh yes. So, yeah, that's basically for my highlights. It would be, like I said, Assassin's Creed 3.
I know that we, you, I, and Jamie and Gerald actually got an opportunity to test out Medal of Honor.
That was awesome.
Which I thought that was an awesome.
That was a very.
That was very surprising because the last iteration was so disappointing to everyone. I'm very pleased that they've taken it in a complete new direction. They really put some polish on it, and it actually looks very, very promising. We did play for actually about a half hour. We did, Medal of the multiplayer, and it was
the game crashed on us.
Yes,
Because we were winning.
E3 internet.
Awesome.
yes, but it was a lot of fun. Nick, tell us actually your experience on it as well. I want to hear that. So,
well, as Corey and I think we can very much agree on Call of Duty and how much that game sucks, and they need to stop coming out with more games. However, that kind of sours my taste on a lot of the first-person shooter war games, as I'm not really into those very much. However, I was very pleasantly surprised with Medal of Honor. I think the game has some great potential compared to its predecessors. Again, as Gerald mentioned, it kind of fell by the wayside, and I was actually really pleasantly surprised today. I actually had a lot of fun playing the multiplayer. I think it really provided a unique experience. I like the new buddy system that they have.
The buddy system was very great because me and Jamie were buddies, and what was great is that like the way that it was explained to us is that like how in normal warfare and everything, everybody splits up as buddies. You have your buddy and that's it. Even though you're fighting all for one side, you have your main communication with this one person, and that's how the game played out. Instead of being able to talk to my entire team, I talk to my buddy, and my buddy's my buddy. He follows me around. We take care of each other if you're playing it right, and that's what me and Jamie did. We played each other correctly. We followed each other. We let each other know what was going on, and it increased the amount of fun that we were having in the game.
So on that note, does anybody have any last words to sum up the conclusion of what could be the greatest trade show event of the world once a year?
It was amazing. Definitely something you should experience.
And for those of you who don't know, Josh is actually a guest.
I am a guest. I am
a guest
on
our show.
Guest.
Should have mentioned that at the beginning of the podcast. However, everybody just make sure to check us out on www.yourgamesource.com and on YouTube. It's yourgamesource.com, and it's actually all spelled out, DOTCOM at the end. You can follow us on Twitter at GameSource, and anything posted to our Twitter, I believe, Gerald. We'll be posting on our Facebook as well, correct?
Vice versa.
Vice versa, I apologize. Anything on our Facebook also goes on our Twitter as well. We made a lot of great and unique connections while we were at the show this year, and please check back with us on our website here soon to see all the great sponsorship that we'll be providing to a lot of great causes here. And we just want to give a shout out, I think, Corey, Gerald, Jamie, to Game Church, which we visited today. We just want to give a special shout out to them, and Zen Studios and
indie developers.
The indie developers. You guys are doing an incredibly great job. Please keep up the good work. We here at Game Source, the staff here are more than happy to throw you a shout out and get you up on our page. Thank you guys.
Thank you. We're going to be running Developer Diary podcast because we've got so many interviews, and I think you'll find them really enjoyable. And we're also going to, with each one comes out, we're going to provide information on those developers, on where you can find out more information on their great games.
All right. Well, on that note, good night, guys, and I should say good night, ladies and gents.
Lady chicks and gentle sirs.
Lady chicks and gentle sirs. And until, well, I guess until you hear us again. Hopefully next week.
For those about to play, we salute you.
Yeah. For those about to play, we salute you. Good night.
See you when we get home.
Good night. Auf Wiedersehen.
You're listening to the Game Source Podcast.
Yay! Great job, girls.
The humanoid must not escape.